Here's a quick video on maintaining your axe handle. And it's easy to do. All you need is your knife, some sandpaper, and some linseed oil and a rag. And you could bring a beat up old axe handle or shovel or hoe or pick handle, any wooden handle. You can restore it back to factory beautiful condition. Even better because you're using linseed oil, which is better for your hands when you're working the tool. This particular splitting axe or maul is a chopper one, and it had a pretty thick layer of duct tape over here. So when I peeled it off, it just had a lot of real sticky glue. And instead of wasting a piece of the sandpaper, because it'll gum up right away, just use your knife and back blade it like this, and you'll scrape off all that yucky sticky glue from duct tape that you'll find on a lot of axes that you can pick up at a yard sale or flea market. That's the best and fastest way to get that glue off of there. So once you got that glue off of there, generally depending on how bad the handle is, but most of the times I'll use a heavy grit. This here is 60. You can easily use a 50, but 60 seems to be a good general all-purpose grit. I've had axe handles that actually felt chalky in your hand. The outside layer was almost punky, you know. Then don't be afraid to use like a 50 grit on there, or if you don't have 50 and you got 60, use 60. But you break through that punky layer, that gray layer, and you'll get it back down to some of the virgin wood down there. Find a nice place on the deck in the shade, and you can see already cutting through that old outer layer. And we're going to be bringing this wood back to life. If you've never used boiled linseed oil on any of your wood handle tools, I'm telling you, I thought, this is old, use tung oil, use this, use that. But this, as it says, a classic wood finish. And that's what it is. It's been around for generations, and you're going to see what it does for this axe handle. It also is good to put some on your axe head too. Even if you have a really high quality axe, you can wipe a little on there. It'll keep it from rusting. If you have a little patina and rust on, like on this, it just you don't have to get sandpaper and buff all this stuff out. It just will prevent it from rusting further, and you'll keep all that patina on there, and it really it looks good. It looks cool, I think, anyway. Usually there's no need to change your grits. I have an assortment of grits, but that's for when I do something like this. I started off with 50 on this, and then I went down to like 80, and then like 120. You don't need any more than that. You don't even need to do that. Most of the times I just use the 60 grit. That's it. You don't want it so slick that you can't hang on to it anymore, you sweat a little bit. Alright, here's one side sanded. You can look at on these older seasoned handles, you get some beautiful color and grain in there, even though it might be a little mold and mildew and age and sapwood that came through. That's going to be beautiful once that's oiled. And then you look at the other side. It's like a before and after, and that's not even oiled yet. It'll just get prettier. So now I'm going to do the other side. Look at the grain on this. Beautiful grain on this old handle. And now what I'm going to do before I oil the handle is just get off some of this heavy rust that's on the axe head. Not going too crazy, just the really chunky stuff. Babe, could you hand me that rag there? Yeah. I don't want to sand it too much. We're going to keep that beautiful patina in there. And you'll see. And then we'll cover this axe head with linseed oil too, and it'll stop the rust right in its tracks. That's about all this axe needs. Just get the real heavy stuff off here. Oiled linseed oil. And you'll see the transformation. You gotta have strong fingernails or pop it with something else. I like to just saturate my rag. Look at that. Look at that. Is that beautiful or what? I don't know if you can see it. How beautiful that looks. What a difference. Make sure you get both ends real good. One last thing. After you oil it, you're not going to be able to use it. So don't oil it unless you can let it sit for a day and dry up. But as you can see, it's well worth the